Deep in the heart of Lincoln, Nebraska, just south of the Haymarket, stood a metal shack. In the shack was a machinist who machined day and night because he loved machining. At first, he machined parts for one customer, but soon others heard about how good the machinist was and he began machining parts for more customers. The machinist was very busy and he loved to keep his customers happy. He was so busy that he eventually needed help, so he started hiring people. The first one was also the best one, and his name was Chad. Chad was deaf and mute, but that didn't matter. He could do what the machinist showed him to do. Eventually, the machinist employed a lot of people, even people to do the machining for him. But he never lost his love of machines. He could have never imagined how many machines he would have, how many people he would employ, and how many opportunities he would create like he did for Chad. TMCO was founded in 1974 by the machinist in the metal shack, Roland Temme. Today, TMCO employs over 200 people, will generate over $30 million in sales this year, and serves customers all over the world. As amazing as his business achievements are, they are only matched by his work and love for his community.
How long I've known Roland, I honestly, I don't remember. It's been a long time. Obviously, have valued the relationship I've had with Roland, and he's an extraordinary individual. He always has told me that they're not employees, it's 200 families that are part of this organization. And that philosophy has worked as he's gone from the one employee, Roland, and an 800 square foot Quonset to now 200 employees and 300,000 foot facility where TMCO operates today.
And I've known Roland since back when both of us started our businesses back in the early to mid 70s. In the last probably 15 years, I've known Roland to be an incredible supporter of the community. As has often been said, it takes a village, and clearly Roland is a big part of our village of Lincoln, Nebraska, and as such I'm incredibly pleased that he's getting some well-deserved recognition for what he has done in the community.
Getting to know Roland was easy. Roland Temme was kind, he was sincere, genuine, and it was one of a situation where through observation I could see that he treated his employees and staff and managers the same way. As I spent more time with Roland Temme, I found that caring was the foundation of our relationship. Roland cares for many things, and I consider Roland Temme my best friend.
I met Roland Temme through a friend, Will Tavis, and from the moment I met him, my life was changed, and so was the lives of many refugees that have come to the Lincoln community. Roland Temme he's a very, very special man. He's a man of incredible faith, insurmountable integrity, and a heart of gold. And I am honored to say a few words about a man who's impacted this community in this state and in this world is beyond measure.
How can you not be joyful when you're around Roland Temme? With the big smile and the incredible laugh, what a thrill. The second thing that comes to mind is generosity. I don't think I've ever been with Roland when he hasn't given me or wanted to give me something. Whether it's a compliment or a word of encouragement or some beautiful piece that TMCO has laser cut, or maybe even a beer and a hot dog, but Roland loves to give. The third thing I think of when I think of Roland is inspiration. Few are the people that care so deeply about their employees and their community that they will give selflessly and sacrificially. But that's Roland. So Roland, on behalf of everyone at Concordia University, Nebraska, congratulations. We're so proud of you, we're thankful for you, and we wish you God's abundant and continued blessings.
Hello, my name is Greg Buck. I'm delighted to be here today to say a few words about my good friend Roland. I'm with a distributor called Productivity that provides machine tools. Roland is a person who brings out the best in everybody. It's amazing, such a wonderful man. Roland, go Big Red. We love you. We're so happy to be associated with you and your company and all your friends. Thank you.
We've had the great pleasure to work with Roland and Temme for many years. I think our first experience working with TMCO and Roland was for the cut panels that are part of the dome, the Rotary Pavilion Dome at Sunken Gardens. The work is absolutely beautiful. It's become iconic in Lincoln, and that really started the relationship that we have. As people visit some of the very special places in Lincoln, they will see a lot of TMCO's work. We are very fortunate to have both Roland and TMCO in the community for the economic development that happens in this place, but also their strong commitment to the community of Lincoln and provide such incredible support to community projects here in Lincoln. So, Roland, congratulations on this award, and thank you very much for all that you do.
My name is Cliff Hollowstell, and I'm a resident artist to the city of Lincoln and the state of Nebraska. And my recollections of working with Roland go back quite a ways, because I might look like the Italian leprechaun, but I go back to when his company was in just a little two-story little building over here across the street. I was working at the university at that time and would purchase various items from TMCO. And I can truthfully say that I've been very, very proud of someone like Roland and all the people that are down here at TMCO.
Well, my name is Tom Osborne, and just want to congratulate Roland on the honor from Kiwanis, and certainly has been someone who has been very giving and certainly very community oriented. And I guess the way that I knew Roland best was through teammates and his faithfulness to a mentee at Lincoln High. And I know that he's made a tremendous difference in that young person's life. So congratulations, Roland, and thanks for all that you do in the community.
I've had the opportunity to get to know Roland over the course of a number of years, and Roland represents the best of humanity. When you look and think about his generosity, his compassion, and just his humility. Roland is also one of the most compassionate people. He shows compassion for all people, and in some cases people that are very different from him.
And I first remember meeting Roland around 2008. Roland was very receptive and made us feel at home, and generous and caring. And he makes you feel like you're the most important person in the room when you're with him.
Roland is one of the most generous people I know. He's generous with his time, he's generous with his resources, and most of all, he's generous with his heart. He gives his all to making people's lives better through the kids he teaches, through the people he employs. He's made Lincoln a better place with all that he contributes to the people who live here.
Hi, my name is Shelley Sullivan, and I'm a teacher at St. Teresa's Catholic School. He was assigned to my classroom, and that was the beginning of our beautiful relationship. I call him my JA angel. He has been so generous with his time and talent, genuine care and consideration with all the children that he works with in my classroom. We end up our week by coming down to see Roland's dream of TMCO come true. And it's a wonderful opportunity for our class to see his beautiful employees, how much love there is that they have for Roland and that Roland has for them.
I like the fact that a little part of his organization is getting involved in artwork. The iconic top to the rotunda at the Sunken Gardens was the work of TMCO. TMCO has done work inside Pinnacle Bank Arena. TMCO is starting to build interesting kinds of architectural detail that's becoming a part of the adornment of the city. So thank you, Roland, for everything you've been doing.
At St. Elizabeth, with our recent building addition, Roland became interested in helping us to develop a healing environment. That is who Roland is, a kind, caring person who selflessly gave to make the walk around the lake and the garden areas around St. Elizabeth a very special place as they are today. When the opportunity arose a few years later to create a healing garden at the Nebraska Heart Hospital, Roland came forward once again. His wonderful generosity to the meditation garden will be a place of respite for staff and families and helping all lift their spirits. It is a pleasure to be his friend, and I'm deeply appreciative of the caring for his community.
I'm Clay Naff. I'm the Executive Director of Lincoln Literacy, and I actually can't remember the first time that I met Roland, but I do remember the second time. It was the end of a hot summer week. I went to a pub not far from here to meet my wife for an after-work drink, and suddenly, as soon as my wife arrived, the server told us that our drinks were paid for. And this is not something that happens to me very often, so I was amazed. And I looked around and there was Roland raising a mug to me. It's just a typical, kind, generous gesture of his. That's pretty typical of Roland. In our work at Lincoln Literacy, we help hundreds, if not thousands, of immigrants and refugees. Over the past decade, we've probably exceeded 10,000 people that we've helped to adjust to life here, to learn our language, our ways, and to find jobs. And there's no employer that has been better and more open-hearted about hiring refugees and immigrants than TMCO. So Roland has been a great force for positive change in our community. He's been wonderful for many refugees and immigrants. I'm just proud to know him and proud to live in a community where there are people like Roland Temme who make the good life a reality.
Family Services is the largest refugee resettlement agency in Nebraska, and we work to welcome refugees and immigrants from all over the world. What Roland does is creates an environment of welcome and of family for all of his employees, but especially for his new American employees, for his refugee employees. That welcome goes a really long way. Not only does he just give them a job, he wants them to have the best life they can. And really, for someone who has lost everything and who is coming here with that hope of starting a new life, he gives them the chance at the American dream, and there's really nothing better than that.
This is a great company, especially, like Roland, he's an amazing guy. The longer you work with him, the more you're gonna like him. It doesn't matter you speak English, it's good or not. If you work hard, I think I'm lucky that I met an employee like him. He did so many good things. He's not only happy. He's not only just help people. He make a difference.
My name is Diane Temme Stenton, and Roland Temme is my dad. Roland started the company in 1974, and he made it by working 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. My dad is the hardest working person I know. My dad accomplished the American dream, making something out of nothing, and because he's been so successful, his mission now is to help everyone else accomplish their dreams.
I've known Roland for my whole life. I just know him by a different name, and that's Dad, because he's my father. Apart from being my dad, he's a lot more. So he's my mentor. He is my role model. He's my hero. One of the most important things that my dad has instilled in not only myself, but my sister as well, is the importance and the joy of helping other people. I'm very proud of the person
that he is, and even more proud that I get to call him Dad.
Hats off to Roland Temme in receiving the Distinguished Service Award with Lincoln Center Kiwanis. Roland is a remarkable individual that I've got to meet over the years and work with and make great things happen at the Lincoln Children's Zoo. And I can't think of anyone who is more deserving to be recognized with truly a Distinguished Service Award than Roland A. Temme. And as a matter of fact, you know, Roland A. Temme, you know what initials spell? Rat. Yeah, Banjo, I agree.